So, when was the last time that you made an excuse for, doing the right thing? When was the last time you were looking for an opportunity to just kind of escape responsibility? I think we all have our fair share of wanting to evade the adult thing, right? So this morning I wake up and I'm looking at my messages and I get a message from Ava, and the message that she sends me says this: so I heard that counselors can give 504s. Maybe you can give my school a 504 for my autism. I showed Penny her text and we just both laughed. Now, while I'm not making light of the actual needs that some disabled children have for not being able to study or learn in the proper environment, I'm not making light of that. So please, if you have a child who has 504 accommodations, I'm apologizing in advance. I'm not making fun of that. But what I found funny was that in my home, I've been raising Ava for about going on 6 years now. And Ava, while she believes she has some type of intellectual disability, we have proven her wrong on many occasions. And while she may struggle, like all of us do with school, because trust me, I hate math, and I'm struggling right now with statistics. But it doesn't mean I have a mental disability. It doesn't mean I have mental challenges. Because one year Ava was crying and crying and crying, and she couldn't pass English or Spanish or whatever class that she was struggling with. But we lit a fire on her behind, and we told her, if you don't get these grades up, you're not getting your phone. And let me tell you something, that year she killed it. She was making, like, her lowest grade was like a 97. She just off the charts, making good grades. And I told her at the end of that semester what happened. I thought you had ADHD. I thought you were autistic. I thought you had some type of mental challenge. I mean, where'd those challenges go? And she's like, well, I didn't want to lose my phone, so I worked extra hard. And I was kind of like, see, I told you. So whether or not you think, talking to Ava, whether or not you think you have autism or the ADHD or whatever mental disorder you believe you have, when you applied yourself, when you were incentivized, right? Because we threatened you, if you don't get these grades up, you're not getting your phone. And you got the grades up. Yeah, well, it was still kind of hard. And yeah, it's hard, but you need to apply yourself. So where am I going with this for you who's sitting there watching this video? Ava wants an excuse in many instances to not do what she's supposed to do. I mean, look at the message. So I heard that counselors can give 504s. Maybe you can give my school a 504 for my autism. Number one, she hasn't been diagnosed as being autistic, even though she swears up and down that she is. And number two, well, first of all, what's a 504? 504. At 504, let me see, I got it right here. In case you don't know what it is essentially the Rehabilitation Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act ban discrimination against people with physical, mental, and learning disabilities. The purpose of 504 plans is to make classrooms accessible and ensure that no person with a disability is excluded from participating in federally funded programs, blah, 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 blah. In other words, schools by law have these permissions to accommodate children with learning disabilities, accommodate children with special access, or to give them a break, or to lighten up the pressure to learn and to pass the grade. It's a valid program. We get it. But for our little Ava, we have seen that 504 plans aren't needed for her, because we just light the fire, put a little bit of pressure, and she passes. And what I learned from that is that sometimes we try to find a way out of doing the right thing or applying ourselves or being responsible or taking accountability for our actions. We think that if we can look for some type of law, some type of something to I don't have to step up my game. If we find it, we'll latch on and you see, the law says this, or you see, I don't really have to apply myself because whatever, I have this or that happened. And while again I cannot invalidate, nor ever will invalidate people or minimize people who have serious learning disabilities. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is how I can see Ava and she looks for excuses to not do the right thing, but when we apply some pressure, she steps up. And I think a lot of us are the same way. We just need a little bit of pressure. We just need a little bit of discipline so that we don't fall into the trap of playing the victim or thinking that we're hopeless and, oh my God, I can't do anything about my plight. I can't do anything about my situation. Whatever your situation is, don't be so quick to look for a quick way out. Don't. Apply yourself. Get some pressure. Get some stuff in there. Because I promise you, if we find a way to avoid responsibilities, we're going to do it. Just like Ava's looking for this 504 plan. She wants me to, because I'm a substance abuse counselor, she thinks I have the certification to give her a 504. Tell her students, tell her teachers, hey, my stepdaughter's 504, she's autistic, whatever, let her make it. Ease up on her. That's why I laugh, because I don't have that certification. She thinks I do. But the real laugh is when she knows that she can do it. We just need to apply some pressure. So apply pressure to your life, and you'll see that you can probably do more than what you think. In biblical terms, Paul said that God is not gonna give you more than what you can handle. And it's true. If you are going through something and you think you can't handle it, you're misunderstanding God's presence in your life. No matter what you're going through, work, home life, marriage, whatever. If you're going through something and you think you can't do it, be careful, because you might look for an excuse not to do it and pawn it off on whatever you think you can, when the whole time you just weren't properly applying the right amount of discipline to your life. Because just like Ava got 97, 98, I'm talking about, she killed it that one semester. She only did it because we applied some pressure, even though she thinks and swears up and down that she's mentally disabled. And all we did was light a fire in her butt, and she scored real high on several classes. So light a fire in your life, get some pressure going, and watch. You will pass. Watch. You do exactly what you need to do. So don't go looking for 504 plans in your life. Look for some discipline, because that's what you and I really need.